From Anshe Sfard Beth El Emeth Congregation, it's time to take 10 Minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein.
Welcome to our discussion of Parshat Vaychanan and Tisha B'Av, the missing link. If you look in our Parsha, there's a fascinating mitzvah mentioned there. It's the mitzvah of not forgetting Mount Sinai. What does it say? Raki Shamar Lacha, you should guard yourself very, very much, lest you forget the things that you saw. Yom Asher Manta Lifnei Hashem Elokecha b'Chorev, the day you stood at Mount Horeb, at Mount Sinai, and you received the Torah. Don't forget the Ma'amad Har Sinai. Don't forget the standing at Mount Sinai. Is this one of the 613 mitzvahs? Is this a mitzvah every day to remember Sinai? Most people would say no. We don't stand every day and repeat this mitzvah. But the Ramban disagrees. And in fact, in the end of the Siddur, there are the 6 remembrances. And in accordance with the Ramban's position, it's recommended to say this verse every day to remember the standing at Mount Sinai, the revelation at Mount Sinai. The Rabbi Soloveitchik asks the question. He says, I don't understand. What's the difference between this mitzvah and the mitzvah of learning Torah? If you learn Torah, then you haven't forgotten the standing at Mount Sinai. What's the standing at Sinai? To get the Torah. Well, if you learn Torah, what are you doing? You're appreciating the Torah and you're passing it on. So what's the difference? Soloveitchik answers that there are 2 aspects of learning Torah. One is to convey the information. What are the halachos, the laws, the 613 mitzvahs? And the second is to convey the experience of the mitzvah. We're not just to remember that we got the Torah at Sinai and what did God say? I am Lord your God, observe the Shabbos. But also we are to remember the experience of being at Sinai. When we stood at Sinai, we felt something. We have to try to convey that as well. This relates to Rabbi Soloveitchik's eulogy for his mechutin, the Talmud Rabbi. And he said that the role of the saint teacher, the tzaddik teacher, is not only to tell the information, but also the saint teacher to convey what is a yantif, what is a Shabbos. He teaches both. He says here that the saint teacher has to tell his disciples what he experiences on Yom Kippur during the recital of the Avodah. He says that there's more than just teaching material. We need to convey the experience. What is a Shabbos? What is a Yantiv? Rabbi Soloveitchik describes how his mother taught him the Torah Simecha, the Torah not of the father but of the mother, in a metaphoric sense, that the Torah of experience, the Torah of the love and kindness that's embodied in the Torah as well. This notion that there's the Torah of experience and the Torah of learning is reflected in the 2 customs of standing up, says Rabbi Soloveitchik. Standing during Torah reading. Do you sit during Torah reading? Do you stand during Torah reading? Rabbi Soloveitchik says those who sit, they say, well, if you're learning, we can't concentrate if we're standing. It's a learning experience. We're trying to learn what the reader is reading, what the Baal Koreh reads. We're trying to learn the Parsha. And those who stand say we have to recreate the experience of Sinai. And therefore, we need to stand. When it comes to Tisha B'Av, this idea that we're not only here to convey material to ourselves and to our children, but we're here to convey the experience of learning. We're here to convey a Masorah, a tradition. And this idea is mourned on Tisha B'Av. On Tisha B'Av, we don't say the verse, Torah asher santa b'ficha lo yamushu mipicha mipizar acham mipizar zachem amar Hashem metaver olam. We don't say that verse that God promises that if indeed we can keep the chain of the Torah going, it will go forever and ever. We don't speak about the chain of Torah, Masorah, a tradition, because on Tisha B'Av we commemorate the fact that an aspect, a link of the the chain of tradition was broken through the destruction of the temple. We talk about the burning of the Torah in 1040 in the days of Rabbi Meir of Rothenburg, and he speaks of the loss of Masorah, of tradition. They speak about the 10 martyrs and how if we don't have these 10 great sages of Talmudic times, then part of the Masorah is lost. And he tells a very sad story of a man whose mother was so dedicated to her cat that even on Yom Kippur during Kol Nidre, everyone was in shul. She would sneak out of shul, run back to the house, and feed the cat. He comes back in 1945 after the Holocaust. His mother is gone. The community is decimated. The thousands who used to daven on Kol Nidre, they're no longer there. But then at 4:30 in the afternoon, he hears a scratching at the door. And sure enough, the cat is back. That's what the Paitan, one of the keynotes, we say, A Torah v'Talmud v'Halomda. Not only where is the Torah, but where are those who study the Torah? Where are those who will convey the tradition? His mother, who understood what kindness was, even to an animal, she's gone. But all that's left is the cat. This is an ultimate tragedy. The idea of learning Torah is not only to study for ourselves that we should know, but to convey it to the next generation, to convey it to others, to convey both the material and the experience to others. What we commemorate on Tisha B'Av is not only the loss of piece of our geography, of the center of our geographic life of Jerusalem and the temple. It's not only everything the temple represents, but it's also the destruction of individuals who conveyed the Torah, who conveyed the Masorah, who conveyed the tradition, who told us what we're supposed to do in that temple. And this is a tremendous and great loss. The Parsha goes on to say that we need to seek out God and we will find Him. Salvagik says that the idea of seeking out God is not something we do occasionally when you get a good idea, you get an inspiration after a joyous time, you get an inspiration to seek out God. Seeking God is a constant adventure for a Jew, something we do constantly. Tisha B'Av, we mourn the loss that we're a little bit lost on our quest for God, our seeking out of God. We're a little bit lost. We've taken a digression in that seeking out of God. And now we need to look even harder. Those who convey the experiences, the learning, are lost. With this Tisha B'Av, as we commemorate the destruction of the temple, let us remember that part of the tradition has been lost. And therefore, we need to seek it out. We need to find it again. They say Jerusalem, it requires Jerisha. It requires seeking out. We have to seek out not only the geographic Jerusalem, we need to seek out the spiritual Jerusalem as well. To find that quest not only for the information of what does it mean to be a Jew, but also to recreate and to understand yet again what it means experientially to be a Jew, how to feel like a Jew, how to experience a holiday like a Jew. And hopefully, through all this attempt at memory, all this mourning over the loss, we will indeed be able to recreate that tradition and reconnect that missing link. And hopefully, the missing link not only of Torah, also of the experience of Torah as well. Thank you for joining us here at the Anshe Sfar Beth El congregation for our session today on Parshat V'Chanan. Feel free to look at past sessions as well. Today's session was dedicated in memory, loving memory, of Edwin Morris by his son, Ira Morris. We remember today Rabbi Yehudah ben Rabbi Yosef, Ed Morris. Yehi Zichro Baruch, may his memory be a blessing. Thank you for joining us here, and join us again next week.
This has been 10 Minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein.